Hi everybody, it's Julia, your trusted travel expert, coming to you from Quebec City. And one of my mottos that I always like to say is that I help you find the je ne sais quoi of a place. And this tip this week is about one of those things that can maybe prevent you or hamper your search for the je ne sais quoi of a place. And that is if it is a cruise ship terminal or cruise ship spot, a stop on the cruise ship route. Quebec City is one of those because you can cruise down the St. Lawrence, I think all the way to Montreal, and we have come here on a time where there are many cruise ships. Today I can see here, I'm going to flip around. This is the beautiful, before I get into that, this is the beautiful Chateau Frontenac where we are staying, and it is right it's a beautiful location. It's right overlooking the harbor, but that's where all those people are, is the top of the funicular, which is right up from the cruise port. So you can see behind me, there's a huge cruise ship there. There's another one behind it. There are two more coming in the next couple days, or tomorrow. There's a bunch more coming tomorrow. And obviously, you saw that cruise ship. It has a bazillion people getting off of it every day, and they will be here until the cruise ship leaves, which may be tomorrow if it's doing an overnight or starting and stopping. Sorry for the shakiness. Apologies. And so what can you do about it? Not a whole lot, right? They're here, we're here. You don't know before when you're booking a trip whether there's going to be a bunch of cruise ships or not. But a few things to avoid this, or to help you navigate if you come to a place where there are a lot of cruise ships, is first of all, once you get close to it, a week or two or before your trip, before you leave, you can check the cruise port schedule. So you can go online, Google the cruise port where you're going, and they'll actually show you what ships are due in and when they are in port, when they're leaving, all that kind of good stuff. And you can kind of plan around a little bit. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to avoid days that cruise ships are there entirely. That's just impossible. But you can sort of plan around. First of all, you have an advantage because you're staying in town. So generally, once the sun goes down, the tourists are going to sort of empty out. And also, they're not going to be able to get to the city as early as you can because they have to wait for disembarkation and then, disgorge 5,000 people into the city, and you just have to walk out of your hotel room. This is, of course, obviously if you are doing a land trip or self-drive or exploring and staying in a hotel in the town. So that's one advantage, is you can get started early and then go in maybe for lunch, maybe at your hotel or somewhere quieter, and not be in the center of town in the height of the day, the midst of the day. You can also, once they sort of leave for the day, you can, go out and explore later. We're getting into fall now, but in the summer it can stay light pretty late, and so you can wander around and explore, even after dinner. If you maybe want an earlier dinner, eat at 6 or something, you can go wander around for 2 hours after dinner. A lot of times the shops are going to be open till 8 or 9 at night, especially in a touristy destination. The light is usually beautiful in the late afternoon, evening, and like I said, most of the cruise ship passengers will have to be back on board at some point in the evening. Usually, sometimes they stay late or overnight in a place, but a lot of times people will go back for their dinner that's usually included on the ship. And so those are 2 times that you can really explore. Another thing you can kind of do, which is what we sort of did today, is we got our city touring or city overview done as early as we could, and then we got out of town. We went downriver, which it's still a little foggy. The sun has come out, which is great, but it's still a little foggy. You can't quite see Ile d'Orléans here in Quebec City, but that's an island outside of town, and so that's where we went for the height of the day, and we did a cider tasting and had a wonderful lunch at a farm, and all kinds of things like that. So that's definitely a possibility, because that is not going to be typically what a cruise ship passenger is going to be able to do in their 1 or 2 days in port. So taking a day trip sort of out into the countryside, or we could have gone to Montmorency Falls where we went yesterday for around lunchtime. We could have gone there. There's always lots of places right outside of town or a little bit further off the beaten track that you can go to. Excuse me. You can go to do that and instead of staying in the middle of town where there's a bunch of cruise ship passengers. Nothing wrong with cruise ship passengers. If you're a cruise ship passenger, have fun, enjoy it, but just know that you may be dealing with a lot of crowds because everyone's getting off the ships, plural, and exploring a small town like Quebec City, or Dubrovnik is notorious for this. Venice also has a lot of problems with this. And so just know that you're going to be navigating some crowds, and just try and plan strategically, I guess, is basically what I'm trying to get at. So that's it for this week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.